Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me for another episode today. We're going to do another buyback rummage here. I've kind of gotten into the habit of doing these on weekends, it seems like, over the last few weeks. And felt like, doing one this weekend was another excuse to troll out my Nolan Ryan rookie card buyback that I showed off this past week. One of the greatest cards that I have ever acquired. And then alongside him today, we have the 90 Topps Rickey Henderson buyback, courtesy of ComC, and that is going to go into my 90 Topps buyback set binder at the conclusion of today's rummage. As far as what we pull out of the box, let's start off with a dual bat Gil Garrido, shortstop for the Atlanta Braves. Check it out. Last time I mentioned the Braves shoulder patch, and I mistakenly referred to it as Chief Wahoo, which was, of course, the Indians logo at the time, and my buddy Kin reminded me that I think it was Chief Nakahoma. I'm not going to say anything more about that, but great shot and a very mysterious background man here in some khakis just leaning against the dugout. So love the photograph on that Gil Garrido or Garrido. Not sure how to pronounce that. Next up, we got our second straight Topps Heritage box topper buyback to start the rummage, Joe LaHoud or Lahoud. Also our second straight name that I'm unsure of how to pronounce. Outfielder for the Red Sox on the 71 design. This is gloriously off-center. There is just a hint of a left border there, but still a cool Red Sox card. And with any of these box toppers, as I always say, every time I do one of these rummages, you just can't go wrong. Love those cards. Here's a third one here to start us off. John Buzzhart of the Chicago White Sox. And say this often as well, but probably got this for under $1. For years, I would just, maybe once a week, hop on ComC, search for these box toppers, and any that were $1 or less, maybe there'd be 5, maybe there'd be 10, I would just buy them all. And these days, you don't really see them under $1 often, if at all, but thankfully, I still have this big backlog to make my way through from when they were a little bit cheaper. Here's an awesome one. Star player on my birth year set, 1982 Topps, Bill Madlock. Love that awesome facsimile signature there. This one is from the 2016 Topps buyback program. That 65th anniversary stamp. Those did come in different colors. And this would have been pulled out of a pack of like flagship 2016 Topps baseball. So I don't know about you, but I would love to find a Bill Madlock 82 Topps card in my my 2016 Topps baseball pack. That would definitely be probably the pull of the pack for me. Love that card. Really cool one there. And we're back to the Heritage box topper buybacks next. Check out this Ray Culp with that Yankees Stadium facade behind him there. Very recognizable. Just a classic baseball pose pitcher for my hometown Boston Red Sox. So Red Sox is an added bonus when I'm looking for these Heritage box topper buybacks. And I've teased it a couple times, but in addition to the Franken set, which I have shown on the channel, I have a small or a regular size Z folio, holds about 360 cards. And what's going in there is all of the Heritage box topper buybacks that don't make the Franken set. And so hopefully someday in the near future, I hope to have a complete Z folio full of just these Heritage box topper buybacks. So it's well on its way. And when I do finish that off, if the day comes, I will certainly show it here on the channel. I think that would be a cool one to flip through. Next up, this is from the 2014 program, which was the first time they did kind of like flagship buybacks outside of Topps Heritage, at least with this silver foil stamp. Ben Oglivie for the Boston Red Sox on the 73 design. Super tilted photo. Look at that horizon in the background. Like if you really level that off, it should be kind of more like this. So a little bit disorienting photograph there. But I love the card backs on 73 Topps. Some of my favorite of all time. I mean, look at that. Ben used to play a lot of soccer. That's cool. Did not know that about Ben Oglivie. Can learn something from the back of your cards. At least you could back in this era. Here's a winner. Fan favorite, Kent Tekulve with those really, really awesome shades here on the 79 Topps issue. Really a lot to like about this card, aside from the great photograph. But obviously in 1979, the Pirates won the World Series. And we have this card here that we saw earlier in the rummage. Bill Madlock, you can see on the back, was a part of that team as well, 79 Pirates. And they were known as the We Are Family Pittsburgh Pirates. So really cool to cultivate Buyback for that reason. And that one will definitely have a strong shot at making the Frankenset binder in slot 223. So neat one there. And some nice Pirates cards in today's rummage. Here's a favorite of mine, and this is one that I was really happy to find in Buyback form. The 1970 Topps Tony Taylor for the Philadelphia Phillies. It's one of my favorite photographs on any 70s card. And I showed recently, I did a countdown on 72 Topps design cards in my collection, and I included the Billy Cowan card, which is just a common from that set, just because I love the photo. And this is another case of that. Not very knowledgeable when it comes to Tony Taylor. I don't think he was a star player or anything like that, but this photograph is gold. You have the old school telephone back here, the bat rack, and of course the batting helmets. Just a great shot. Looks like the photographer just disturbed Tony when he was picking out his lumber before heading to the on-deck circle. Just always loved this one, and jumped at the opportunity to pick up the Buyback version of it. And, you know, I talk about it often, I feel like, but these Buybacks, you know, what's cool about them is they've already been out in the world and in somebody's, at least one person or more's collection once before they're bought back. And this one definitely could tell some stories or saw some stuff. Like, look at the upper right corner on this card. It looks like possibly an animal chewed it, like a potential dog chewed corner, one of one, but doesn't matter to me. I think it's, you know, really cool. And I almost like this card more with the added mystique of kind of wondering what happened to it before it was issued, pack issued for the second time around back in 2015. And of course, that is the same Buyback program as the Nolan Ryan rookie there in the background. Topps original. Got another Red Sox card today. This is a Boston heavy Buyback rummage, but we've got Bernie Carbo, outfielder here on the 74 Topps design. This is the 2016 Buyback program, same as the Bill Madlock, only in this case you can see the stamp is blue. So they did have different colored stamps that year for the first time ever in 2016. I forget the rarity on these or which ones were more scarce than any other. Couldn't tell you at this point without looking it up. Let's do a couple more here. We're at the 8-minute mark. Here's a 50s Buyback card. I mentioned in a recent rummage of these that, you know, it's not super easy to find 1950s Buyback cards because the first few years of the decade, they had oversized cards, and those were not included as such in the pack-issued Buyback programs that I collect for the most part. So happy to see this John Gorel for the Chicago Cubs, the 59 set. Great smile there. I love the logo, the bright yellow. Just a lot to like about that card. And this is another one that's definitely, you know, seen some stuff in its time. Really well-loved card, I'll say. All right. Next up, we got a 74 Topps traded Diego Segui. Picked this up probably because it's a Red Sox card. Again, I was really gravitate towards those local teams, even in my Buyback purchases, but kind of cool. This is like, as far as I know, the original traded set. I know the cards maybe weren't issued the same way as traded sets that I think of from the junk wax era in the 80s that came in the little cardboard boxes that I would collect as a kid, but just cool to have a traded card from the 1970s in Buyback format. And I think as far as the Frankenset goes, this card is going to be ineligible. So this is something that I've run into before. And for now, I've taken any traded or update cards and just kind of set them to the side. And maybe someday if I ever finish the Frankenset, I'll do a traded Frankenset. But I don't know if I see myself ever going down that road. So for now, Diego here will just sit in the shoebox of rejected Buybacks from the Frankenset. And let's finish off with this one today. It's been Red Sox heavy, so I guess it's fitting that we have another Red Sox card to close it out. Tom Brewer on the 61 Topps design. Another one from the 2015 Topps original Buyback program. Great photo there. He's actually wearing a hat, which is not a guarantee by any means when it comes to the 61 set or really any sets from the 60s. So cool one there. And relative high number as well at number 434. You can see somebody marked this up with, looks like a 25 there. I don't know if that was his uniform number possibly. We can't see that here on the front, but great vintage buyback there, and nice conclusion to today's brief rummage. Maybe didn't see any Hall of Famers necessarily, but we did get some cool ones nonetheless, and like Kent Tekulve, and my personal favorite from today's rummage, the Tony Taylor Bat Rat card. So thank you so much for stopping by. I'll certainly be back very soon with some more buybacks and other sports card content. Till then, take care and enjoy the hobby, everybody. See ya.